have a bit of problem on my hands. I need to fix my chop saw, but I don't really have anywhere to do it at. So let me show you what's going on. So as you can see, chop saw needs a little repair, but table's a little busy. Don't really have a place to do the repair at. So let's build a table. I think we have our dimensions. Let's do this. You know, real quick, have you ever seen those videos, those really well put together videos of people building tables, those magnificently nice tables, workbenches, if you will, and you feel really inspired by those? This is not gonna be that video. This is not gonna be that workbench. You know, so just strap on. Here we go. Got the legs done. I think they're about the same length. If they're not though, not a big deal. I mean, they all should be within, you know, an eighth of each other. But we have some pretty big feet we're gonna put on it for adjustability so we can get it level. So now we need a top so that way the plate can go on top of it. I got something just for that. So need to clean it up and watch that happen. I tell you what, being on the ground like this is not any fun. My knees hurt. Sure wish I had a table I could do this on. Anyway, next corner. Got tired of taking so long. Went and grabbed me a 40 grit. Middle part is it's raised up a little bit. Oh well. If you're liking the video, go ahead and hit like. And hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on all future content. And go ahead and hit the notification bell so you never miss out. Probably wondering what I'm doing. Me too. No, let me show you. So, in order to level the table, because I'm not going to measure everything so accurately because my material's not that good and I don't care enough, I have some really good nuts and bolts that go together, believe it or not. So what we'll do is we will weld this onto that, cut a hole first, weld that onto that, and then we'll weld this onto the foot, but on the inside. We're gonna do it on the inside. So then we can adjust the height of the table with the bolt. So let's cut a bigger hole in that, weld those together, and do a test fit. Big enough. So now would be the time, if I was smart, I would like do a better job at measuring and like making sure that this was going to be like really evenly put in there. But I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to tack it in place and see how it goes. That looks awful, but you know what? Let's don't look at that one. The rest of it's not bad. Most importantly, with pliers, it turns freely. We got a leg. Now just do this thing 3 more times. This took me like 25, 30 minutes because I'm really slow. So now, another hour and a half. Here we go. All right, you'll never believe it. I discovered video editing, which allowed me to finish this all instantly. So they're all on there. So the next thing we have to do is attach the legs to the top frame. If you've been following along, I haven't exactly been making sure everything was square. I really haven't been, with the chop saw doesn't cut it perfect. I didn't do anything with that. Didn't stick a level to anything. Like when I had those upright and I was welding the till, didn't do any of that. And I don't really have the jigs or anything to actually fasten the legs exactly perpendicular. So we're gonna do this really cool thing called wing it, and we're gonna see how it goes. And if it's not perfect, I'll heat it up and we'll bend it or something. We're gonna make it work. So let's get to it. So I got it upright, got magnets holding it. If I use my level, I showed this level. Here's the problem though. This frame that we have is kind of warped and bent. And so I don't know if I should be like standing on it to hold it flat when I check for levelness or not. The ground's not perfectly level, but it's pretty close. So I think I'm just gonna wing it and we'll see how it goes. I mean, it can't be any worse than the table I already have, so. Well, I got good news and bad news. The good news is I've started welding. The bad news is I didn't prep very well, which I knew I didn't. I know you're not really supposed to MIG weld through paint or probably weld through paint in general. I've done it before, but normally I guess it's really light paint, and this is a lot thicker. It doesn't like it. So it's on, barely, but it's on. I got one of the beads done over there. So I'm gonna do the back side. I did clean it down here a little bit, down here. So that should be a little better. But as far as these top pieces, they don't like it at all. So I'm certainly gonna clean up the other pieces before I go to weld. So hey, but it's coming together. Hopefully in the next hour we'll have it done. Hopefully. All right, it's a moment of truth. Oh, the legs are on. Let's flip it over. Now, I suspect they're all gonna be turned in just a little bit. On every one of them, I had to step on the outside corner, like there and there, just to get them to what I think would be correct once we had enough weight on top, or alternatively, once we maybe have to heat this to frame up the top of it, just to get it to relax and get it to get where we want. Because that bar, it's a little bowed, causing it there. So, and again, there's adjustments on it, so that'll help. So let's set this up and see what it looks like. My legs are a little short. 2 of them are. Good thing I have adjustments. Shoe buddy, look at that. Little rock to it. We'll get the adjustments put on it. I'm gonna do that after I get the top put on. So I gotta do that. That should be one of the easiest pieces out of all of it. So what's going on it is 1/4 inch sheet. Picked this up yesterday, pretty cheap. So I'm going to slice me off a big chunk of it. I'm gonna leave about 1 inch overhang all around this. And so I'm gonna measure this and then get my sheet cut. Piece is gone. There's the table. Man, I like the way it looks. Still too long, I gotta cut the extra length off the tabletop, but you know what? I can do it later. I could weld it down right now, but I don't want to, and here's why. I know that it's slightly bowed, the frame is. I want to try to get some of that out of that before I weld that down. It'll be much easier to get this as completely flat as we can and level as we can on a nice, smooth, flat surface. Check it for level and really dial it in from there, and then weld the top on. Yeah, I know it might warp again, but I think, we gotta start off at a good place. Or at least there of all places. Can adjust the feet too. Man, do I like it though. Other than the fact that the top's not welded on yet, it's solid. We still need to level it more, but I'm shaking, right? It's solid versus you go to my table over here that's still crazy dirty. I'm just barely pushing and the whole table shakes. So this thing is certainly solid, which is great. I think I'm gonna do one more thing to it and we'll wrap it up for the night. So I originally wanted to get all this done tonight, get all these put on, which these are these down here. Little casters that'll lift. That way I can actually roll the bench around where I want it. Right now they're just screwed in. I'm eventually gonna weld them, but the reason I don't want to right now, and I didn't realize this when I bought it, is that these only have 3/4 of an inch of travel. Right, where they go up and down. Where the wheel goes, you only got 3/4 of an inch. So I want to try to get the table about where I want it completely beforehand, before I weld those on. I might try screws at first, but I imagine they'll shear off. Maybe not if I put all 12 or 6 of them in per wheel. But I'd like to get that done first so I don't screw this part up. But man, I'm gonna like that. Pop that up, wheel it where I want, we'll be good to go. I'm eventually gonna put brackets or gussets or something on these legs. I'd hate for them to be rolling and one get caught in a crack or something and leg get ripped off or whatever the case might be. So I guess now that we do have a functional table, I guess the last thing to do, finish this chop saw. Oh, let's get the cord all fixed up on that. Oh, crap. I don't have enough room. Here we go again.